Buckle up for another weird and fun episode of Sister Soiree, your very own film and TV review podcast, where we give you crazy and quirky reviews of new releases as well as our own favorites every 13 days. This is your co host Sean, as always, here with my annoying sis Shahnan.
Hey!
Just kidding.
So, Sean, what are we going to review today?
Well, if any of you heard our previous episode, you'd know that today under our microscope is James Wan's newest release, Malignant, which is based around Madison, a young woman suffering from many personal losses who keeps having visions of murders as they're happening and tries to stop these killings while discovering her past.
Ooh, this is gonna be exciting.
Now, let's get into the review. First, the positives. If you watched any of Wan's previous horror hits, like The Conjuring First and Second, Insidious, Annabelle, etc., you'll see that all of them are having something in common, other than just being scary. All of them showed family and familial bonds as the keys to defeating evil and taking back control. Well, even this time, Wan didn't stray too far from that, and Malignant 2 had family at the center of it. The whole movie, even the horror storyline, circled around having a more or less dysfunctional family and trying to recover from the trauma that they give you. Wan knows that this works in a horror movie to spice things up and to add a jot of emotion to raise the stakes for the characters. This also raises the frequency of scare for the audience because we feel that everything is on the line for the characters, everything that they hold dear, and in a way, so is for us. So he has used that same technique this time, which was clever of him. Having said that, it didn't work this time due to the poor acting of the central characters and shallow character arcs. The first 20 minutes of the movie were crucial, as we were supposed to feel for the characters during that time, which would have kept us connected with them for the rest of the film. But the film from the beginning started with the occurrence of, well, let's just say the antagonist, so we didn't get much of a chance to know the characters. And even when we did, the acting looked highly unrealistic and the character arcs and dialogues were so cheesy and cliché that I cringed multiple times while watching the movie. So there wasn't too much sympathy I felt for Madison or her family, and I wouldn't have sweated in the end if the plot had gone sideways. Now, I might have overlooked all of this if I had been scared at all. Through the first 5 minutes of the movie, there were a few jump scares, which is more than I can say for the rest of the film. I don't know why you'd call it a horror movie when there isn't anything horrifying throughout the entirety of it. Also, Malignant couldn't seem to decide on one particular genre. As I said, the first 5 minutes seemed to be out of a horror movie. Then, some part of it was a sci-fi, and then most of it turned into a slasher/mystery thriller with a speck of a crime drama. All of this confusion seemed to dilute the film because not a single genre could hold my attention for long. I just wish Wan had gone for any one of them and made a fairly decent movie. Having said that, it was pretty gutsy of him to try this. He could have easily gone with something generic and gotten a lot of praise and money for it. But he rather took a risk, and in spite of how it turned out, it was a revelation nevertheless. So, gotta give him all the credit for attempting something so huge. Maybe we'll get to see better horror movies in the future because of it, which will learn from its mistakes. So Shannon, I'm going to let you take the lead from here and tell us what your point of view on The Malignant is.
I felt that it was definitely bold of Vaughn to try to attempt a project as ambitious as this. But for me, all those elements were still enjoyable and interesting. I know that the film lacked in multiple areas, but it was refreshing still, especially since there haven't been many good horrors in the mainstream this year. So Malignant for me was entertaining. The VFX all in all were great, which helped the film overall well, except for what they have done with the antagonist, who looked straight out of a 2000s low-budget school play. But other than that, it seemed alright, except for one thing. All those plot holes. I don't understand if they were deliberately left in or if nobody cared. So I'm gonna try my best to expand on this without any major spoilers. Here we go. First up, the antagonist is shown to have mysterious and even magical powers whose origin is never revealed and why he has them is never explained. There is also the fact that the cops at the end of the movie can't seem to be able to shoot the antagonist at even point-blank range. They're cops, not rookies with a gun. How hard could it be for them to hit the target even just once? Another one is, why did Madison forget about the antagonist's existence? And why did the antagonist disappear from her life when they used to talk regularly as children? There are many more plot holes that bug me, but I cannot reveal them without risking ruining the film for you. So, I'm gonna just leave it at that for you. What do you say, Sean?
The plot holes bugged me a great deal too. But what bugged me even more was how factually incorrect it was. One of the biggest things that were wrong with Malignant was that the better part of the film revolved around a plot that wasn't scientifically accurate. Whenever there is a scientific element in a film, most filmmakers go to great lengths to portray it as accurately as possible. Experts on the subject are brought in even for movies with a low budget. But Vaughn didn't even have to do that. He simply had to Google it and the film could have looked much different than it does right now. Or maybe he did research it and decided to leave it that way. Guess we'll never know. Anywho, it doesn't sit right with me. I'm hoping you're all getting what I'm trying to convey to you, because I know I'm being extremely vague about all of this. But that is to protect you all's film experience from the cruelty of spoilers. Moving on, there is something else that annoys me, and that is the ending. Vaughn couldn't have made it more cliché if he tried. Why does it always have to end with the protagonists realizing their power at the very last second and saving the day for everyone involved? Couldn't he have done something else, anything else with the ending? Again, guess we'll never know. I hated the climax as well, but some of my friends loved the movie and the ending. The same thing is true for some of my folks. I think this is going to be a polar watch for our audiences. Either they'll love it or hate it. But in your opinion, what do you think they should do? I'd say watch it because it won't bore you, but don't think you're gonna get scared or anything. Just watch it as a mix of the classics of James Wan's childhood. So there. This was our review of Malignant and we hope you enjoyed your time with us. Next time on Sisters Soiree, we'll be reviewing a limited series called Only Murders in the Building, whose plot reads that it revolves around 3 strangers who are obsessed with true crime podcasts and finally get to share this passion of theirs when someone in their building is murdered and they join forces to try to solve this mystery. Its cast is filled with renowned names like Selena Gomez, Martin Short, and Stephen Martin, and the first 7 episodes are streaming right now, so it's gonna be interesting to see where this leads. Make sure to tune in next time, and until then, share this episode with family and friends.
Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Sisters Soiree. Cheerio until then. Bye.